Okay, I'm back. I'm going to see if I can clip these videos together. I have to learn how to do that. So I wanted to show you what I was working on. It's kind of big, but there's the end. And I've just wrapped it around here to kind of give a little bit of security to the pine needles. Tied it down in there. Kept going around and around all the way up. I try to leave it about 1/4 of an inch apart. It might be a little bit further because the next row that I come along with, I'm going to attach to this thread. Oh, I got green resin all over me. And then up here, so it's not really attached to the wood here. I just wet it and formed it. So it's going to follow along and dry that way and it'll be fine. And then when I wax it, it'll even be harder. So then I got back up here and I managed to drill holes. So I secured it here because I know I'm going to fan out a little bit. So I fanned out here and just circled it so that we have threads to attach the next row to. I'm going to use a darker thread and darker pine needles. And then I got up here to the top. Same thing, I had some holes drilled. So I just had to kind of work it around and attach it as I saw fit. And then every so often I would just loop around the pine needles to try to keep the pine needles together. So now we're coming to this kind of tight corner or turn. So if you ever do square baskets, you know it's a little bit harder. So I've wet these pine needles. I've dampened them and kind of let them soak. So it makes them very pliable. And then I'm going to secure them right along here. But before I do that, just to kind of train them, I got to take a break anyway, because I got to go make dinner. My husband's wanting dinner here pretty soon. But I just have like different little clips. I use hair clips or these clothespins, and I just go along here and I wet them, and then I just leave it for a while and let it kind of dry like that. And then it conforms to the wood. So I hope you could see that pretty good there. So here's a little clip. You can see it. So then I've got some holes drilled over here. I'll just keep working the needles around and adding as you go. Remember to always keep adding so you could keep your continuous row going. And one thing I want to mention, just turning, I was having a hard time getting it through these holes. So turning around, I kind of was losing my tail. So I had already taped the tail of the thread back, but I'm going to go down here and tape this together so it stops me from breaking them off, because I do want those hanging at the end. I'm going to come down the other side and leave them hanging, and then just maybe add feathers or beads or something. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that yet. But there you get an idea of what's going on. And here, I'll show you that stitch. I've already recorded it on another basket, but you can, I'll show you when I get to this part. So that'll be really fun. But this is fun working with this wood and preparing it and making sure that it's solid and pieces aren't falling off. Because when I first got it, it was kind of corroded and items were falling off and I couldn't drill it. And then my nephew showed me a video on how to preserve the wood. And it's basically using a wood preservative and letting it dry. And it works so well. Okay, talk to you later. Hope you have a good evening. Bye-bye.